not get Ben's low voice. It's from me blind mice. Because we've upgraded gear.
We have. We've decided that this is what we want to do because we enjoy it very much.
Indeed, and thank you for the people who've stuck around for the last 30 videos listening to terrible audio from here.
Or not listening to
terrible audio at different points.
Aye. So, hello, welcome back to Bist Heritage, and for another episode, I think we can now call it, with the Motorshed. And this very nice, very blue 1938 Alvis Speed 25 Drophead Coupé.
A name like that fitting for a car that looks this sexy.
Yes, graceful, stylish, classy.
As denoted by the eagle on the front.
Yes, all the things we're not. So, yes, this is by far the most valuable car as well. We've been lent by the Motorshed so far. I think he wants £95,000 for it, so it's quite expensive. And Ben's going to do a quick walk and talk. And watch this. You ready?
You can literally just go pick the camera up and we can be straight in. Yes, we've upgraded to make the content more enjoyable. So yes, you have here a 1938 Alvis Speed 25 Drophead Coupe. Beautiful, two-tone blue, body-coloured wheels. Very much a fan of that. 4.8 metres in length, 1.4 something in width. It's quite a big car. Two-door, that's why we like the coupe, but a two-door long car of this era is just delicious. You get through there and go in the back. That's Lewis from Blue Diamond. He seems to steal that Mercedes very often. You see him joyriding in it. You get in through the back, you lift those over. Interesting about the windows, it's got these little frames which you can put down or up depending on your windows, but that is because the whole rear shell, which we will show you, becomes a sort of roof where you can basically have like the people in the back protected from the rain and the elements, and the chauffeurs up front who are not worthy, obviously, cannot have that. Lovely big boot, which also doubles as an hamper, which turns that way, turns that way and opens. That weighs more than most things. Can't think of a comparison, but it's very heavy. So you can have your picnic basket on the back of that. We have driven it slightly the other day just to get a feel for it. And we will obviously put this in the video when we're driving it, but the overall feeling I get from this car is it's cruised down to the south of France with 4 people in it in complete style and comfort. It is delicious. The best thing is you can go do camera work over there and I can literally creep beneath the car. And you can still hear me, fantastic. 4-speed synchromesh gearbox. Alvis were, of course, the pioneers of that, big fans of the synchromesh gearbox. Or I am, because I can actually drive the car. But beautifully buttery smooth, it sounds fantastic. It's got a 3.5 litre straight six. Enough to get it moving, but it sounds like all cars of this era, fantastic, because they weren't bothered about filters or no noise. So why don't we take it for a drive and let you know how a £95,000 Alvis makes 2 idiots feel. And there we are. So low speed manoeuvring obviously is quite difficult as it is massive and weighs nearly 2 tons. So when you're going around a little 90-degree bend like that, it doesn't really like it. Not that you're going to, put yourself in that position a lot of the time. Nothing coming, go left, but obviously once you're running the steering becomes a bit lighter because you've got momentum.
Yeah, and we weren't really going to show you all the details of how to start it and how to drive it because it is a very simple, apart from its size and its weight, it is a very simple car to drive.
Very easy.
Really relaxed, really relaxed. Which actually got us thinking, didn't it?
With?
Well, what happened?
What happened when?
To Alvis.
Oh yes, because we asked Mark this question this morning. All of the Alvises we've previously driven have been really, really lovely, and for me, obviously being a gearbox snob, they invented the synchromesh gearbox, so that was a massive plus for me. The engines have been smooth, they've all been in good condition, they all look lovely, the build quality's been amazing, and then we thought, why aren't they kind of around today like a Rolls Royce is? Like they're still around. They were really the same kind of car, these big Grand Tourers, built of luxury. Rolls Royce is a flying lady, this is a massive eagle. It really is the same kind of vibe, but they just aren't around anymore. And I said to him, what was the deal? And I think in the
1967, I think he said,
they just stopped making cars. They weren't making any money, there was no profit in it for them, and they just backed out, and that was it. And they're gone. They carried on making war vehicles or army vehicles at the time, But the cars that we see here, these massive, and they would have been expensive in the day. You know, they're lovely cars. They're not the poor man's car like maybe an Austin 7 was. This really was a big. Oh, look who it is! It's Mr. Housen. 2 seconds, we should pull over and see our friend. I mean, in terms of examples, this is flawless. You actually need to come and have a look at it. Hopefully the video and the B-roll captures it. But as an example of how well things can be kept, and chrome with the shine in it and the paint and the lot.
It's the perfect example of a car that you would want fully restored.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And luckily, I don't think any of these cars of this era are going to lose a penny, because they're rare. They just are rare compared to what you've got now and how many cars are made. It is a rare thing. And also, if you're British, particularly British people, maybe we don't appreciate it as much because we weren't around in the era of when there was loads of British-made cars. But it stands for something. We were very, very clever at one point, and we are still making amazing cars. But we really were pumping them out in the same way that maybe the Germans are now.
Yeah.
I think the Germans have got a hold of the market, don't they now? But like back then, we were the ones pushing out cars like this, a Rolls Royce, Vauxhalls, Bentleys, all great brands that conjure up much significance.
Yeah.
And also I'll give it a bit more juice. It's just got a nice tone.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like you're sort of taking off and it's all going on in there. There's lots of pistons firing.
It feels like a jumbo jet taxiing down a runway.
Yes, very much so. And it's so easy to downshift. Little blip, straight into gear. No worry. Anyone could drive this car. You just got to have the confidence to do so. It is a big thing, and the steering is heavy. And I haven't really had enough time to check how good the brakes are. I imagine a 1930s car that weighs 2 tons isn't going to stop on a penny. But you know the territory you're coming in. So, what do you want to do now?
Go for dinner.
Aye?
I don't know actually.
Yeah, no, it is that, isn't it? I'm just going to want to cruise out to dinner.
Right, what's happened?
It's run out of fuel. For a 1930 car, there's not really much you can do about fuel gauges. They are just not very good. We asked Mark, what's it looking like? It was very low, and we kind of just took the risk. And then we stopped here. We just had to have 4 people push it, because 1.8 tons, believe it or not, is too much for me. I thought that would be very simple. No slice on the car, that was our fault. Car's fantastic. We thought we'd do a smash and dash effort to wrap it up.
It's not even our fault, just ran out of fuel.
Just ran out of fuel. Fuel runs out, believe it or not. 3.5 litre straight 6 tends to be thirsty. But thank you very much for watching. The car is fantastic and for sale with the Motor Shed. The link is beneath. It's a brilliant cruiser, and if you are in the market for something that looks that good and you just want to cruise down to France in, or even run the UK on a day like this, that does the job fantastically. See you in the next video. Please subscribe, like, all the many things that help. We've passed 500 subscribers now, so we're very happy with ourselves. See you later. Goodbye.